Good evening. You are watching the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. First, the headlines. The Sultanate and Iran discuss enhancing bilateral cooperation in various fields. The Oman Technology Fund launches its preliminary initiatives to support innovative technology programs by entrepreneurs. 18 student companies display their innovations at the Global Forum for Youth Entrepreneurs in Sultan Qaboos University. And the Palestinian Prime Minister and a delegation of Fatah officials are in Gaza for a major reconciliation effort to end a decade-long rift with Hamas. Those were the headlines. Now for the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cable of greetings to His Excellency President Frank Walter of the Federal Republic of Germany on his Republic's National Day. Enhancing the bilateral cooperation between the Sultanate and Iran were at the core of discussions between His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, and His Excellency Mohammad Jawad Zarif, Iran's Foreign Minister, within the framework of his official visit to the Sultanate. During the meeting, they discussed the bilateral relations and means of promoting them and ongoing development in the region besides regional and international issues. In a statement to radio and television of the Sultanate of Oman, His Excellency Mohammad Jawad Zarif, Iran's Foreign Minister, praised the Sultanate's wise policy and the significant role of His Majesty Sultan Qaboos in supporting stability in the region. He stressed that his visit to the Sultanate comes within the context of continuous consultation between the Omani and Iranian sides, in addition to discussing a number of issues in the region. Reviewing the good bilateral relations between the Sultanate and the United States of America and ways of strengthening them in various fields were the center of discussions at the meeting of His Excellency Sayyid Khalid bin Hilal al-Busaidi, Minister of Diwan of Royal Court, with His Excellency Mark G. Sifars, Ambassador of the United States of America, accredited to the Sultanate. Enhancing cordial talks and discussing a number of issues of mutual concern between the Sultanate and Palestine. Top discussions at the meeting of His Excellency General Sultan bin Muhammad al-Nu'mani, Minister of Royal Office, with His Excellency Ahmed Abbas Ramadan, Ambassador of Palestine, accredited to the Sultanate. The two sides reviewed the good bilateral relations binding the Sultanate and Palestine and dwelt on a number of topics of mutual concern. The Oman Technology Fund launched its preliminary initiatives to choose the innovative technology programs by entrepreneurs. Here is a report read by Sulaiman al-Bahri.
The fund will provide financial and technical support for models of the presented works by Omani entrepreneurs. The fund will accept the participations in the project through an electronic link for innovative ideas. Meanwhile, the project will be selected based on global standards. The winning project's owners will be trained in a 12-week program inside the Sultanate by international experts to further develop these projects and their products by putting up a marketing strategy, in addition to training in Europe for 2 weeks in global institutions specialized in technology. Each chosen team will be given $50,000. In addition, the winning teams will be hosted for 4 months in Knowledge Oasis, Muscat. The first step launched by the fund is considered as partnership with the growing project, which will provide the necessary technical resources and the possibility for investments, as well as facilitating communication among international and regional investors, in addition to aiding in commercial opportunities with big companies. The Oman Technology Fund has 3 investment funds related to early-stage investment concerned with product research and inspecting its effectiveness in the markets. Business stage, which is about investment in growing projects, as well as the development stage that invests in capital to reach the global markets.
The Sultan Qaboos University organized the Global Forum for Youth Entrepreneurs. The two-day forum will witness the participation from 18 student companies. It included discussions on the necessary skills and practices needed to become an entrepreneur. The workshops during the forum focused on leadership skills and communication, in addition to project management and taking advantage of social media means. The accompanying exhibition displayed the entrepreneurs' products and innovative ideas. The competition of the 28th month of municipalities and water resources started today and witnesses the competition of 44 wilayats of various governorates of the Sultanate. The competition comes under the theme Continuous Efforts and Development towards raising level of municipal and water services in order to strengthen partnership between the members and the society. The competition, which starts in October, contributes in supporting the municipalities' efforts to strengthen the infrastructure services and increasing awareness among citizens about the importance of contributing positively to the society. The Ministry of Regional Municipalities and Water Resources seeks to renew the work mechanisms at the competition and find innovative solutions which serve municipal work March. Still to come in our news bulletin. As part of celebrating World Pharmacist Day, the Oman Pharmaceutical Society organized an exhibition in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Governorate of Ad-Dakhiliya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Palestinian Prime Minister and a large delegation of Fatah officials traveled from the West Bank to Gaza today in the most ambitious attempt to reconcile with the rival Hamas group after a 10-year rift. Minutes after entering the coastal territory, Rami al-Hamdallah told a crowd of Fatah and Hamas officials that national unity was the only way to achieve statehood. In a significant concession, Hamas has offered to turn over all governing responsibilities to Hamdallah, but key sticking points, primarily Hamas' refusal to disarm its powerful military wing, are likely to complicate or even derail the reconciliation efforts in the coming weeks. Hamas won the legislative elections in 2006 and the following year seized control of Gaza after overrunning the Fatah-led forces of Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas. Since then, Abbas Palestinian Authority has governed only in autonomous enclaves of the Israeli-occupied West Bank, while repeated attempts to reconcile with Hamas have failed. Hamas have not held elections since. The Nobel Prize in Physiology or Medicine was awarded to 3 Americans today for discoveries about the body's daily rhythms. The laureates are Jeffrey C. Hall, Michael Rosbash, and Michael W. Young. Rosbash is on the faculty at Bernadette University, Young at Rockefeller University, and Hall has been associated with the University of Maine. The citation for the 9 million kroner prize says the researchers isolated a gene that controls the normal daily biological rhythm. They were able to peek inside our biological clock and elucidate its inner workings. Circadian rhythms adapt the workings of the body to different phases of the day, influencing sleep behavior, hormone levels, body temperature, and metabolism. Julene Zirath of the Nobel Academy said the winners have raised awareness of the importance of a proper sleep hygiene. A gunman perched on the 32nd floor of a Las Vegas casino unleashed a shower of bullets on an outdoor country music festival below, killing at least 50 people as tens of thousands of concert goers screamed and ran for their lives. More than 400 victims were taken to the hospital. Authorities said SWAT officers using explosives stormed the gunman's hotel room and found he had killed himself. There was no immediate word on the motive for the attack. Country music star Jason Aldean was performing last night at the end of the three-day Route 91 Harvest Festival in front of a crowd of 22,000 when the gunman opened fire from inside the Mandalay Bay Hotel and Casino. The gunman was identified as 64-year-old Stephen Craig Paddock of Muscat, Nevada. In addition to Paddock, police said they located a woman who may have been his roommate, 62-year-old Mary Lou Danley. Hours after the shooting, Aldean said he and his crew were safe. Highly trained dogs are helping former Australian military veterans overcome the mental scars of war amid a growing push for alternative therapies to treat post-traumatic stress. Here is a report.
These furry creatures are nicknamed pills with 4 legs. They help former Australian military veterans battling post-traumatic stress disorder.
He's my shadow, he's my wingman, he's everything. You know, even though I've got a wife and 3 lovely kids, you know, I love them to death. He's part of the family to them as well.
Australian troops have fought in numerous wars, including in Afghanistan. Some veterans struggle to adapt back to civilian life.
We really do need a multidisciplinary and multi-pronged approach just to help people transition, build a meaningful, positive future, as well as deal with some of their symptoms. And that's where the use of service dogs has proved invaluable. When you have a post-traumatic stress injury, often you get quite isolated, and so service dogs seem to be able to fit in that gap.
The project's founder, Ken Lloyd, gets the veterans to train their service dogs. This helps them gain confidence in public spaces. The animals also assist them in tackling PTSD symptoms like anxiety and aggression.
He helps me with PTSD, so if I'm having a bit of anxiety or something at home, I can't do that in front of the kids. I can't afford to have a meltdown in front of the children.
With higher suicide rates among former soldiers, there's a push in Australia to find more approaches to treating PTSD.
The Research Council organized a workshop to activate a national system to transfer technology in the Sultanate through linking academic and research institutions with the industrial and productive sectors. The system, which will first start in higher education institutions, will contribute students' projects to commercial products. The Council stated that 280 requests for patent in various fields were registered in the Department of Intellectual Property in the Ministry of Commerce and Industry since the start of this year. The Research Council, through this step, seeks to create a system for scientific innovation by opening research centers in various higher education institutions. Studying reinforcing efficiency of government performance and the efforts exerted to fulfill the training needs for employees of the state's administrative apparatus were the main aspects of discussions of the Board of Directors of the Institute of Public Administration, IPA, during its 3rd meeting for this year. The board reviewed the administrative and thought the program meant to provide governmental institutions with modern administration concepts and acquainted with IPA's performance indicators in the field of administrative consultations. During the meeting, the board approved the new organizational structure project of the institute. The meeting was chaired by His Excellency Sheikh Khalid bin Umar al-Marhoon, Minister of Civil Service, Chairman of the Board of Directors of IPA. Within the framework of the transformation towards e-government and the activation of modern technologies in the provision of services, Muscat Municipality signed an agreement with Bank Muscat to collect the amounts of municipal insurance electronically. The agreement stipulates that Mithaq Islamic Banking will prepare the necessary programs and operate the electronic collection system at the sites of the municipality and the supply and installation of point-of-sale devices used to read the card data for the purpose of contacting the bank and agree to discount or reserve the amount of transaction from the account of the cardholder. The agreement was signed by His Excellency Engineer Muhsin bin Mohammed al-Sheikh, Chairman of Muscat Municipality. Aiming to explain the different roles of the pharmacist in healthcare services, the Omani Pharmaceutical Society organized an exhibition in the Wilaya of Nizwa in the Dakhliya Governorate. Our reporter Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi has more details in the following report.
The 25th of September every year is marked as the World Pharmacist Day. And to celebrate this occasion, the Oman Pharmaceutical Society held a 3-day exhibition in the Wilaya of Nizwa in a Dakhliya Governorate.
I want to tell for the people and I want to correct for them thought about the pharmacy. They know the pharmacy has only give him the medicine. They have this message only for us. But on these activities we want to tell for him we have many information, many jobs we can give or deal in our job.
The exhibition included several corners displaying the important roles of the pharmacist, and it sheds light on the theme of this year's Pharmacist Day, which is from research to healthcare, your pharmacist is at your service.
We are here trying to tell the people about what is pharmacist work, actual work. And we have here many sections to talk about. We want them to know that pharmacists know all in all health field.
It is worth mentioning that this exhibition is one of a series of exhibitions held by the Oman Pharmaceutical Society in its aim to celebrate the World Pharmacist Day across the governorates of the Sultanate. Pharmacists play major roles in different healthcare services. This event is an opportunity to reflect upon the vital work they perform. For the Sultanate of Oman Television English News, Saleh bin Khalfan al-Rahbi, Dakhliya Governorate.
The Sultanate concluded its participation in the activities of the International Exhibition of Navigation in La Rochelle city in France. The exhibition is considered the 5th biggest annual international event interested in ports, show and market touristic sea and water activities and services. The Sultanate participation in this event aims to promote touristic potentials of the Sultanate in addition to acquainting visitors of the Omani Pavilion with traditional Omani arts and handicrafts products. Now for the general weather forecast around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of low clouds and fog late at night and early morning over the governorates of South Sharqiya and Wusta and coastal areas of Sea of Oman. Winds will be southerly to southeasterly, light to moderate, while seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1 meter. This is the Sultanate of Oman Television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. The Sultanate and Iran discuss enhancing bilateral cooperation in various fields. The Oman Technology Fund launches its preliminary initiatives to support innovative technology programs by entrepreneurs. 18 student companies display their innovations at the Global Forum for Youth Entrepreneurs in Sultan Qaboos University. And the Palestinian Prime Minister and a delegation of Fatah officials are in Gaza for a major reconciliation effort to end a decade-long rift with Hamas. With that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From all of us here at the newsroom and the studios, it's good night.